Ever wondered why your paycheck feels like it's worth more in some states than others? The cost of living across the US is like a roller coaster. What you can comfortably afford in one state might barely cover the basics in another. Whether you're flying solo or managing a family budget, this guide will help you figure out where your dollars go the furthest. Hawaii, the pinnacle of high costs. Living in Hawaii is among the most costly states on a regular basis. With its stunning landscapes and tropical climate, it comes with a high price tag. According to recent data, a single worker in Hawaii needs an annual salary of approximately $123,000. This figure is significantly higher than the national average, reflecting the high costs of housing, groceries, and utilities. The allure of island life is undeniable, but it requires a substantial income to enjoy its benefits comfortably. Massachusetts, a premium for quality living. Massachusetts is renowned for its excellent healthcare and educational institutions, but these benefits come at a cost. To live comfortably in this state, a single worker should expect to earn around $87,900 per year. The high cost of living is driven by expensive housing, particularly in areas like Boston. Despite the higher expenses, Massachusetts offers a quality of life that many find worth the financial investment. California, high costs with beautiful views. California is famous for its picturesque landscapes and vibrant culture, but these come with a hefty price. The average salary needed to cover basic living expenses in California is about $8,100 annually. Living in Hawaii is among the most costly states on a regular basis, contributing to this significant figure. California's appeal is undeniable, but it requires careful financial planning to navigate its high cost of living. New York, the Empire State's expensive reality. New York, particularly New York City, is known for its sky-high costs of living. With a high tax burden and expensive housing, residents need an average salary of $73,500 to live comfortably. High property prices and the overall expense of urban life influence the cost of living. While New York offers unparalleled opportunities and experiences, it demands a substantial income to enjoy them. Alaska, surprising costs in the last frontier. Alaska, often perceived as a rugged and remote state, has a surprisingly high cost of living. A single worker needs around $71,500 annually to cover their expenses. This high cost is driven by the state's geographical challenges, which lead to increased prices for groceries, utilities, and other essential services. Despite its natural beauty, living in Alaska requires careful budgeting. Maryland, balancing high costs with quality. Maryland is another state where living expenses are above the national average. The average salary needed here is approximately $67,900. The cost of housing and utilities in areas like the Baltimore-Washington corridor contributes to this high figure. Maryland offers excellent educational and healthcare facilities, making the higher cost of living justifiable for those who prioritize these services. Vermont, scenic beauty comes with a price. Vermont's charming scenery and rural appeal come with a notable cost. To live comfortably in Vermont, a single worker needs about $65,900 per year. The state's high cost of living is attributed to its remote location, which leads to higher prices for goods and services. Despite these costs, Vermont's quality of life and natural beauty attract many who are willing to pay a premium. Oregon, the high cost of beautiful landscapes. Oregon, known for its stunning landscapes and outdoor activities, also has a higher cost of living. Residents need around $65,700 annually to maintain a comfortable lifestyle. Factors contributing to this cost include higher prices for groceries, healthcare, and transportation. Oregon's allure of natural beauty and a lower tax burden may offset some of these costs for those who value these benefits. Washington, the cost of living in the Evergreen State. In Washington, the cost of living index is 115.7, which is higher than the national average. Residents need approximately $65,640 annually to cover their expenses. While Washington has no state income tax, high housing costs, particularly in Seattle, contribute to the overall expense. The state's thriving tech industry and high living standards drive up costs. New Jersey, high costs with family-friendly benefits. New Jersey is considered one of the better states for families, but it comes with high living costs. A single worker needs around $64,500 per year to live comfortably, and the state's high property taxes and expensive housing markets contribute to this figure. Despite the high costs, New Jersey's proximity to major metropolitan areas and its family-friendly environment make it a desirable place to live. Connecticut, costly living with rural charm. Connecticut combines rural charm with high living costs. The average salary required to live comfortably here is about $63,750 annually. High housing costs in certain areas, coupled with above-average expenses for health care and utilities, contribute to this figure. Despite these costs, Connecticut offers a blend of picturesque settings and quality living standards. New Hampshire, high costs with no state income tax. New Hampshire, known for its lack of a state income tax, still requires a higher-than-average salary for comfortable living. Residents need about $62,900 annually. The state's high costs are primarily due to expensive housing and utility expenses. The absence of a state income tax can offer some financial relief, but more is needed to offset the high living costs fully. Maine, the cost of coastal living. Maine's coastal beauty and rural character come with a considerable cost. A single worker needs around $61,600 per year to live comfortably in this state. The high costs are driven by healthcare and utilities expenses. While Maine offers a unique lifestyle with beautiful landscapes, it requires careful financial planning to manage its costs. Arizona, the price of desert living. Arizona, with its unique desert landscape, has a moderate cost of living compared to some other states. To live comfortably here, a single worker needs about $60,900 annually. High housing costs in popular areas like Scottsdale contribute to this figure. Despite the higher expenses, Arizona's warm climate and affordable lifestyle options make it an attractive place to live. Colorado, high costs for a high-quality lifestyle. Colorado, known for its outdoor recreational opportunities, also has a higher cost of living. The average salary needed to live comfortably in this state is approximately $59,800 annually. The high costs are influenced by expensive housing in cities like Denver and Boulder. Colorado's appeal lies in its natural beauty and quality of life, which justify the higher living costs for many residents. Nevada, the cost of living beyond Las Vegas. Nevada, famous for Las Vegas and its entertainment industry, also has a higher cost of living. Residents need around $58,500 annually to cover their expenses. Higher utility and transportation prices influence the cost of living. Despite these costs, Nevada remains a relatively affordable state compared to others with similar lifestyle attractions. Idaho, the cost of rural living. Idaho, often associated with its rural and agricultural character, still requires a moderate income to live comfortably. A single worker needs about $58,600 annually. While housing costs are relatively low, expenses for transportation and healthcare can be higher. Idaho offers a more affordable lifestyle compared to many states, but it still requires careful budgeting. Virginia, the cost of proximity to Washington, D.C. Virginia, particularly Northern Virginia, has a higher cost of living due to its proximity to Washington, D.C. The average salary needed here is approximately $57,300 annually. High housing costs and overall expenses contribute to this figure. Despite the higher costs, Virginia offers a range of living options and proximity to significant metropolitan areas. Montana, the cost of big sky country. Montana, known for its natural beauty and wide open spaces, has a moderate cost of living. To live comfortably in Montana, a single worker needs about $57,500 annually. The costs are influenced by housing and general living expenses. Montana's appeal lies in its natural landscapes and relatively lower living costs compared to more urban states. Florida, varied costs across the Sunshine State. Florida's cost of living varies significantly depending on the region. On average, a single worker needs about $57,600 annually to live comfortably. While housing costs in cities like Miami can be high, other areas offer more affordable options. Florida's diverse living conditions mean that the cost of living can range widely across the state. Delaware, affordable living in a business-friendly state. Delaware, known for its business-friendly environment, also offers a relatively affordable cost of living. The average salary needed here is about $55,700 annually, and lower housing and utility costs contribute to this figure. Delaware provides a favorable living environment with reasonable costs, making it an attractive option for many. Utah, the cost of living in a family-friendly state. Utah, known for its family-friendly atmosphere and beautiful landscapes, requires an annual salary of about $55,200 for comfortable living. The cost of housing in cities like Salt Lake City can be higher, influencing the overall living expenses. Utah's appeal lies in its natural beauty and community-focused living, which justify the costs for many residents. Pennsylvania, affordable living with historical charm. The cost of living in Pennsylvania is very low when compared to several other states. The average yearly wage required here is about $53,000, which is partly due to cheaper housing and general living expenditures. For individuals looking for inexpensive housing, Pennsylvania is a desirable option because of its rich history and variety of living possibilities. North Carolina, affordable living with diverse options. North Carolina provides a balanced cost of living with a range of options. A single worker needs about $52,800 annually to live comfortably. Housing costs and overall expenses are relatively low compared to other states. North Carolina's blend of urban and rural living options offers affordability and quality of life. So this is all about the how much you need to live comfortably in every state. Share your thoughts in comment section. Do like and share the video. For more interesting videos, click the subscribe button on our channel. This was all. Show your love by your like, subscribe, and comments. See you later in the next video. Cheers.